Hey folks, today I want to talk about games, specifically in spotting fake games versus real games. I'm going to talk about Pokemon specifically on these Game Boy Advances. I picked up a bunch of games on my travels when I was overseas, in Vietnam, Japan, the Philippines, and I just kind of want to share some of the observations when buying these. So here we got 3 Pokemon games for Game Boy Advance: Leaf, Fire, and Emerald. When looking at these, one of the first things you want to look at is the shell. Actually, no, I take that back. One of the first things I do is I get on the eBay or whatever, and I look up, what does this game actually look like? And so the first thing I kind of look at is like Pokemon Emerald. As you can see, it usually comes in this green color, emerald color. This is not emerald. Well, it does have Game Boy Advance there, and has the Nintendo badging there. This case, though, doesn't quite, the color just doesn't quite match up. Comparatively, Leaf Green is green, Fire Red is red, and those look good. The next thing to look at, especially when you look at Pokemon games, is, I think for Game Boy Advance, I think all the games have this, the cases are transparent. So what that means is if you take the game and you put it under a light, you should be able to see through it. So in this case, you can. You can see right through it. Grab the Leaf Green, you can also see through that one. And then finally this one, you cannot. It's solid gray. So that'd be a red flag for me. The next thing I like to do when I'm looking at games is I want to look at the label. We talked about, and like the casing in general. Make sure Game Boy Advance is actually written on there, and then what the kind of lettering. So in this one, the Game Boy Advance is there on the back, making sure there's a Nintendo. There is patent pending. We got it on that one too. On this one we got it. AGB004. So that looks okay. But one of the things you want to look at is actually at this label. So if we look, you can see it at the label, look at the quality of the print on this one, and then compare it to something like this. You can see this one over here is a lot more clear. The colors are more vibrant, it's very clear, and the print is really good. Same with this one. The print is just really clear and fine. This one here has kind of a fuzzy color to it. And lastly, looking at the actual label, this one has the metallic sheen to it. This one does not. There's a sheen on that one. This one does not. Well, I also would advise you to take a look at the actual wording and stuff like that. So if we look over here, well, it does have the serial AGB, BBE. That one does as well. The seal, and I've noticed this a few times. Like the Nintendo something will actually be missing, or the seal actually won't be right. So like right here, this one says official Nintendo seal of quality, but this one just says seal. But definitely read them, because either the print will be off or the words won't even be there. I think I've seen one before that just said seal. And lastly, when you're looking at the label, if you take the label on all these Game Boy Advance games and kind of look at it at an angle, let me see if I can get you to focus in a little bit. You should see numbers over here by the seal. So if we look right there, you can kind of see it. There's like an E4 and whatnot. I don't remember what the number was, but they all have it. So this one's closer to the bottom. Right there, 22, you can see it. Okay. And we even grabbed the Super Mario 3 game. I think it had it as well. Yeah, right there. You can see it on the right there in the center of the screen. Cool. And we got this one, however, we have no numbers. Nothing. So that's a big red flag as well, that it's just a reprint. It's not an actual real one. And then finally, I always request to pop them open. So if we take remember that the Game Boy Advance game requires the tri-wing screw. Looks like that. Boom. So what you want to do, always pop them open. Toss it in there, give it a twist. Boom. I'll take this one out. Oh, get in there. Yep. And also the screw, make sure the screw is actually the tri-wing screw. It's not a Phillips, or it's not just nothing. I've seen some where they're just kind of glue closed. Well, that's not good. Check this out. Okay. And to open these Game Boy Advance games, you just give it a slight pull down. So there should be a little click. Pull down. Okay, and then once you've opened them up, you want to just kind of gently kind of pry it up, and you'll actually see the board. So cool, 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 and cool. So looking at these, one of these is not like the other. As you can see, the Emerald one definitely is not. One, there's a battery in it, and that's just not supposed to be there. So it's just another motherboard. But also, if you kind of look at the marketings, Nintendo, it's copyrights, it's all kind of labeled and plastered out. Where this one, they just have this ROM chip in here. So this is fake. Also, looking at the pins, these are all bronze. This is like a tin metal one. So yeah, this one definitely fake. But yeah, I think even this one has the numbers on it too. Yeah, 41. Cool. But yeah, so that's it. That's a couple quick ways to determine if a game is fake or real. Be careful. There's a lot of people selling games out there for fake. I mean, there's definitely nothing wrong with the fake ones. Like this is, if you're, as long as you're buying it, aware that it's a reproduction. So like this one, I know it's a reproduction when the guy sold it to me. It wasn't that big of a deal. I use it to test out hardware as well as, when I'm experimenting on things. But if you are paying real money for a real authentic game, just make sure it's real. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Quick and easy video. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.